Hello, welcome to the first vlog. Today I've had a trip to Cleveland's to come and shoot Mary's shell, which I've never shot. This is what we call a recce. That allows me to get things wrong today. There she is on the beach. I walk along here. You can see Blackpool Tower way in the distance. I'll zoom in for you. Zoom, 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 zoom. And you'll just see, there we go, Blackpool Tower down there. And we've come all the way along a bit further north. Mary's shell. Now, as I say, this is a recce. There's the shell there, and I'm waiting for the tide to come in. I'm not going to shoot from here, I'm just using the windbreak here, or the water break I would say, just to protect myself from the wind. We have the camera set up. At the minute there's a leaf filter on here, which is a 10-stop ND filter. The polarizer's on. The polarizer's doing nothing, but it'll just darken it a bit more, and I can't be bothered to take it off, so it's staying on. If I just turn the camera on, let's have a look. Settings at the minute, we are on 2-minute exposure, f8, 160 ISO. 160 is my base ISO on this camera. I'm just going to set that off and take one there. Let me just acquire the focus. I don't need, one good thing with these Fujis, I don't need to use the remote trigger. I've got one in my pocket, but we can go past the normal 30 seconds, and then this will actually count for me until it gets to 2 minutes, and we'll have a nice picture of the shell. When the tide comes in a bit closer, I think I will go down the steps. We are now in October. It's getting quite blustery. I did pop the drone up for a bit before. It was quite windy, but it was okay. It is quite busy here. A few people wandering around still, even though it's early evening. Just waiting for this exposure to finish now. Oh, I'm a little bit windswept. I've moved down onto the beach. There's the Mary's shell. Tripod's running at the minute. I'm just running a 4-minute exposure, f11, ISO 160, just to try and see if we can. Let's just have a look. There, as you can see, should focus on there in a minute. There we go. 53 seconds left. So at 4-minute exposure, f11, ISO 160, which is my base. As you can see, the tide is coming in slowly. It is still very windy. I'm not sure how well the audio will pick up the wind. Just pop you back up here. You can see back up there. There's Mary's shell. You have to be in it to win it. If you don't come out and take the picture, you can't get the picture. It is freezing. I've just texted the wife and asked Santa for a new hat and a pair of gloves, because I think we're going to need them this winter. Oh, that was the shutter just going. I'll spin it around and have a look. I'll show you on screen, see what we get. Now I'll pop the picture up. I did try a little bit of a light painting on this one, but it's not dark enough yet for the torch to kick in. There's definitely one for in the summer, but it's good to get out. A lot better being on the beach than sat in front of the computer editing. And we can see the tide is coming in. It's taken a while. I think it said about 7 o'clock tonight. It was meant to be in somewhere around there. I don't know if you can see behind me. If I try and bring it up and around, I don't know if you can see over there. You might just see Blackpool Towers starting to be lit up in the background. Whilst I'm waiting for the tide to come in, I've just changed the 10-stop filter for a 6-stop filter. So instead of being a 4-minute exposure, we've now lost 4 stops. So we will be going from a 4-minute exposure to half of that, which is 2, half of that, which is 1, half of that, which is 30, half of that, which is 15. So that's your 4 stops. So in theory, we should be about 15 second exposure, which will give that a go because the light levels are dropping. Just do one more. It's obviously the time of night when all the dog walkers are out. So every time I do a 30-second exposure, we have another set of dog walkers in.